Hi, everybody. So today we're going to be doing addition and subtraction algebra. These are only one-step questions. So most of the time you can do the work for one step in your head, but you want to get in the habit of showing the correct work and showing it the right way and getting it so when we do get to more complicated questions, as you notice, this does say one step. We'll get the two-step, we will get the three-step, but at the same time, the process is going to be the same. So a number plus 11 is 14 and a half. I know what you're saying. It's 3 and a half. Yes, I get it. You can do it in your head. Won't always stay like that. The way we show the correct work is we want to isolate or get the variable by itself. To do that, we have to do the opposite of the addition here. So addition of 11, we want to subtract 11 from one side. All right. But to keep the equation balanced, because now that cancels out, I have to subtract the 11 from the other side. Because what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Right now, our n, our letter, our variable is left all by itself. And this will equal what happens here, 14.5 minus 11, which gets us 3.5. Now you're thinking, yay, I have the answer, I'm finished. You're actually not finished yet. You have to do a check. Now for the check. We're going to write check n equals 3.5. All right, so n plus 11 equals 14.5. Then we're going to substitute our 3.5 for the n. 3.5 plus 11 equals 14.5. 14.5 equals 14.5. This is a true sentence, so we know our answer is correct. So again, you're going to do the inverse operation. So addition of 11 becomes subtraction 11 on both sides. From there, you'll have your variable isolated all by itself, and would then be the difference of 14 and a half and 11. Most of you have been solving it just by subtracting the 11 anyway. Now we're just showing you the formal way of doing it. All right, now let's look at the other one. We have subtraction, and it's technically flipped around, but because the equal sign, it doesn't make a difference what side the expression is on and what side the constant is on. So, do this one. I want to do the opposite operation of subtraction of 21. So I want to add 21 here. If I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. Add 21 here. Minus 21 or positive 21, that's a zero pair, back from September. This gets us k all by itself. Now k is going to equal the sum of 19 and 21, which gets us 40. Now again, we're not finished yet. We still have to do our check. So, check. K equals 21. This way we also see your answer again in two places. Not only do we see your answer, sorry, k equals 40, not 21. I apologize for that. K equals 40. So we see your answer here, and we see your answer in the check. So 19 equals k minus 21. 19 equals 40 minus 21. And 19 then equals 19, and we're good. All right, so that's just for basic addition and subtraction. Now, let's go ahead and make this a little bit more interesting. Let's do 1 1/3 plus m equals 2 1/4. All right, so again, bringing that fraction piece in there. Decimals, you would do the same way at the top, but fractions, I want to make sure that I show you. So here we go. Same idea. Let me just get that cursor out of the way. All right. So from here, first thing I want to do is, again, same thing. I want to do the opposite operation. So even though there's not a plus sign here, it's implied. So we would subtract 1 1/3 from here, which means we'd have to subtract 1 1/3 from here. Now this isolates that m. We got our m by ourselves, but m is now going to equal 2 1/4 minus 1 1/3. Now you notice we have to do a little bit of work here because we can't subtract directly, because 1/4 minus 1/3 would get us below below 0. So let's go ahead and let's just borrow this. Let's make this 2 1/4. We'll make this now 1 5/4, because we borrowed a whole, minus 1 1/3. Now we'll just go ahead and do our fractions. 5/4 and a third, they become 12ths, because there's our common denominator, which gets us 1 15/12, because you have to multiply 4 by 3. Then we have to do the same thing at the top, 5 by 3. 15/12. Now for here, we have to do these by 4 and by 4. Minus 1 4/12. 15 minus 4 gets us 11/12. And then 1 minus 1 gets us 0, so the ones cancel out, leaving us with 11/12. Now you're going, wow, that's a lot of work. We're still not done. We have to do our check, especially anytime we're not 100% sure of our answer. We're going to do our check. So check. M equals 11/12. So 1 1/3 plus m equals 2 1/4. 1 1/3 plus 11/12 equals 2 1/4. So we're going to convert this now to 12ths. So again, we're going to do this on, in fact, let me get a little bit more room here. A little bit more room to work sideways. Now, normally you wouldn't erase your work, but because I'm working on a computer screen, we have a little bit less space. This would get us 1 4/12 plus 11/12, which would get us 1 15/12. 1 15/12, we take 12 away from 15, we get another whole, which gets us 2 3/12, which is 2 1/4. So we did all this work here, equals 2 1/4, equals 2 1/4, and we're correct. All right, so again, opposite operation to isolate your variable. Subtract it from both sides or add it to both sides, depending on what you're doing, and then make sure you check your work. All right, have a great day, folks, and I'll see you in class.